Hello classmates. Today I'm going to share with you one of my most favorite books because whenever I used to read it to my children, they would get so engrossed in the story. We would love to act out all of the different voices, and I have a lot of good memories from reading this story with my children. It is The Monster at the End of This Book by John Stone, starring lovable furry old Grover. Now this copy of the book is extremely well loved. You can see the binding is kind of messed up. But I think that goes to show you what an awesome book it is. It is actually missing its cover, but the cover looks very similar to this front page. This book was originally published in 1971, so it's even older than I am, and it is still popular today. Of course, everybody in America probably knows who Grover is because Sesame Street is very popular, and this stars lovable furry old Grover. This book is a picture book because the words and the pictures go along to tell the story. The pictures are incredibly important to be able to tell the story in this book. This plot involves a monster, Grover, and it talks about how he sees that the title of this book is The Monster at the End of This Book, and he becomes frightened and he does not want you to continue reading the book because he doesn't want to get to the monster at the end of this book. And of course it's kind of silly because even children can recognize that Grover himself is a monster, and how could he possibly be scared of monsters? I think this is also a great story because children typically tend to make up monsters and be scared of monsters, and this makes monsters much less scary, and it has a really great theme with this book. I'm going to read first a few pages and then we'll talk a little bit more about the theme. So here's Grover. He says, "Oh, this is a very dull page. What is on the next page?" What did that say? On the very first page, what did that say? Did that say there will be a monster at the end of this book? It did? Oh, I am so scared of monsters. Shh. Listen, I have an idea. If you do not turn any pages, you will never get to the end of this book. And that is good because there is a monster at the end of this book. So please do not turn the page. Well, of course, any child cannot resist that. They have to turn the page. And with each page, Grover tries many tactics to get you to stop turning pages. He tries tying the pages together. He tries nailing the pages together. And then, of course, he tries bricking the pages together. This will stop you from turning pages. A heavy, thick, solid brick wall. I would just like to see you try to turn the page. My children love this part. Do you know that you are very strong? And you can see the illustrations are so funny. And all you can see is Grover's pathetic little hand coming out from the bricks. I'm not going to read you anymore. You're going to have to find out who the monster is at the end of this book by reading it yourself. But I love this book. It has a great theme, and I believe the theme is about conquering and facing your fears and not running away from your fears. And many times our fears are scarier, the thought of them, instead of the actual reality of them. And Grover teaches that lesson very well in this very loved and classic book. I hope you'll check it out. Thanks.